Protect your DNA. BioPQQ can promote formation of new mitochondria. Infowarsstore.com.
When Mexico sends its people, they're not sending their best. They're sending people that have lots of problems, and they're bringing those problems with us. They're bringing drugs, they're bringing crime, they're rapists.
Donald Trump has made illegal immigration his signature issue since day one of his presidential bid. And we all know that he has promised to build a wall and make Mexico pay for it.
I'm not going to pay for that wall.
Yesterday, Trump made a last-minute trip to Mexico City, where he showed off his negotiation skills in a meeting with Mexico's president, Enrique Peña Nieto.
Number one, ending illegal immigration. Number two, having a secure border is a sovereign right and mutually beneficial. Number three, dismantling drug cartels and ending the movement of illegal drugs, weapons, and funds across our border. Improving NAFTA, number four. Number five, keep manufacturing wealth in our hemisphere.
Now, this was a very big day for Donald Trump, who was looking very presidential, I might add, in his meeting with the Mexican president. And, you know, I think Donald Trump looked like a U.S. president. He acted like a U.S. president, and he was very diplomatic, but at the same time, he stood his ground, never wavering in his position. Donald Trump says there will be a wall. No more amnesty, no more sanctuary cities, and no more anchor babies. And if you are an illegal alien with a criminal record or have committed crimes inside the United States, you will be deported immediately. That was his message to the president of Mexico yesterday. And then Trump reinforced his position in his highly anticipated immigration speech last night in Phoenix, Arizona.
To all the politicians, donors, and special interests, hear these words from me and all of you today. There is only one core issue in the immigration debate, and that issue is the well-being of the American people.
That right there, ladies and gentlemen, that's what most Americans want in a U.S. president. Someone that stands up for us, we the people, and does not change his message. Now, later in that historic speech from Phoenix, Arizona, Trump went on to bring out the mothers of Americans whose children were killed by illegal immigrants. And if you're one of those people who have been conned by the establishment media into believing Trump is some kind of, well, evil racist demon, you need to watch these speeches in their entirety, unedited, because the truth is, I think Donald Trump has a heart of gold. Meanwhile, he continues to be attacked on all fronts by the current administration, by the Hillary campaign, and of course, vicious attacks as usual on all sides of the mainstream media who want to control the narrative and turn Donald Trump into the total villain.
The presidential election process is beginning to reek of corruption. Homeland Security Chief Jay Johnson recently determined that our election process should be overseen by the Department of Homeland Security because it has been dubbed critical infrastructure, akin to the financial sector and the power grid. Truth be told, Mr. Johnson, this election is critical to the total emergence of a totalitarian New World Order that has almost crossed the finish line. Meanwhile, a desperate psyop to spin Hillary into the Oval Office is fully underway, as Matt Lauer will host a propagandized non-debate, whereas the Daily Caller reports it will be a one-hour forum where Clinton and Trump will answer questions about national security, military affairs, and veterans issues in front of an audience mainly made up of members of the military. The two candidates will not be on the stage at the same time, but will instead go back to back. This after Trump dominated the last 48-hour news cycle with true presidential aplomb.
We are united by our support for democracy, a great love for our people, and the contributions of millions of Mexican Americans to the United States. We agreed on the importance of ending the illegal flow of drugs, cash, guns, and people across our border, and to put the cartels out of business. We are going to uphold the laws of the nation and defend our sovereignty and security, and we are going to defend our border.
And now, with Hillary sinking in the polls, as Rasmussen reports, Hillary Clinton's post-convention lead has disappeared, putting her behind Donald Trump for the first time nationally since mid-July. The latest weekly Rasmussen Reports White House Watch National Telephone and Online survey shows Trump with 40% support to Clinton's 39% among likely U.S. voters, after Clinton led 42% to 38% a week ago. As a result, the globalist empire is fiercely striking back.
It certainly takes more than trying to make up for a year of insults and insinuations by dropping in on our neighbors for a few hours and then flying home again. That is not how it works.
It's like anthrax dormant in our soil. We are a nation of immigrants who turn on immigrants as scapegoats when normal politics doesn't work anymore. And so when the wind's just right and the host is weak, just wait. The blame the immigrants nativism that is always around at some level, it comes back. It comes out of the secret societies. It comes roaring out once again out of the dark.
I think it was kind of a diplomatic embarrassment. We'll get to his speech later, but he's been talking for a year about we're going to build a wall and Mexico's going to pay for it. And then he goes and he sits down and he goes eyeball to eyeball with the president of Mexico. And what, he forgets suddenly to bring it up, or he's too afraid to bring it up?
And riding on the coattails of the PSYOP, trolls upon trolls echoing half-baked disinformation in an effort to chip away Trump's emerging bold domination of the real issues. The Daily Caller reports liberals did not like Donald Trump's immigration speech in Arizona. Some even attacked the angel moms, parents whose children have been killed by illegal immigrants. Mark McKinnon wrote, Trump surrounded on Phoenix stage by angel moms who say their kids were murdered by illegal immigrants. This is pretty much a hate rally. Joy Reid wrote, the way they call people illegals, so dehumanizing. The mainstream media, in true Goebbels zeal, even blurred out Trump's name in an interview with a man who recently rescued a baby from a hot car. Again, propaganda was legalized in America in 2013 with the death of the Smith-Mundt Act, with the only rational explanation one could surmise: to be used on the American people. Propaganda is running wild, ladies and gentlemen, and a cabal of impetuous globalists are pushing their narrative into overdrive. John Bound for Infowars.com.
So while Donald Trump meets with the Mexican president, Hillary Clinton meets with special interest and corporate lobbyists. Business as usual for crooked Hillary. And as we approach the much anticipated presidential debates, we now learn that the rules have changed for Hillary. Once again, in her favor, as the establishment does everything they can to make sure that she doesn't make a complete ass of herself debating Donald Trump live on national television.
We have the new product at InfoWarsLife.com, BioTrue Selenium.
We've had so many requests over the years for selenium, and just recently we were able to source a certified organic, bioavailable selenium from mustard seed extract. When you take selenium in the body, it actually benefits the detoxification systems in your body. It helps balance the thyroid gland. It helps detoxify.
Selenium is another one of those absolute must-haves.
The highest concentration of selenium is in the thyroid gland, but it's actually used all over the body. As a matter of fact, there's 25 genes in the body that are directly dependent upon selenium. So it really is a all-around nutrient that everybody really needs.
I'm taking it now every day. This is so key. BioTrue Selenium is the product, the best selenium that we could bring you. We believe it's the best out there at a very, very low price. Exclusively available at InfoWarsLife.com or by calling toll-free 888-253-3139.
Now we are introducing a new T-shirt, which I think folks need to get, telling the real truth about Bill Clinton, who is a serial rapist and a user of women.
In another case, it's about groping and fondling and touching against a woman's will.
And rape.
And rape.
Bill rapes them physically, and then Hillary rapes them psychologically.
He's a rapist.
Absolutely.
He's a public figure and goes straight to hell.
Get your Bill Clinton rape shirt today at InfoWarsStore.com or call 1-800-253-3139.